All right, UFC on Paramount dropped an interview with Justin Gaethje and Ilia Topuria both today. I watched both of them, and this is what I think of both videos. Starting off with the Justin Gaethje interview, where I kind of feel like this is Gaethje's last fight. Like, I think he's putting off vibes of no matter what happens, this is probably going to be it for him, and I don't think he seems very happy about it due to his interview. I feel like he knows this is the end no matter what happens. And I just want to highlight a couple things. The first question asked by John Anik is, how did this fight come together at the White House, and was he happy that he got it?
So I'm not sure why I was ever worried about Paddy Pimblett. But, yeah, I mean,
saying that you don't know why you were ever worried about Paddy Pimblett is a bold statement to me, because it wasn't like a killer fight by Justin. Like, I think Justin should have got the knockout. He should have got the submission. He should have got something to show that it was a very deserving, dominant win over Paddy, when really all they did was just strike the whole time and just throw caution to the wind, just like a bar fight style, just like Justin Gaethje normally fights, where Paddy has gotten more finishes in his fights with submissions and TKOs. But I don't think it's a huge fight to be proud of the way he fought, because it was just kind of a bar fight that just went his way. But that's what Justin does.
Without that win, I would not be here, and that was again, the biggest fight of my life. And so I knew after I lost him.
And I definitely don't think the Paddy fight was the biggest fight of his life. I mean, he fought Khabib Nurmagomedov. He fought Dustin Poirier twice. He fought Michael Chandler, Fiziev. Like, I think all these were kind of big fights. So I definitely don't think the Paddy fight was the biggest. I just think we all expected better from Paddy, and we didn't expect it to quite go that way. But I definitely don't think that was the biggest fight of his career at all. It was definitely the #1 contenders fight for this. But
you see me fight 10 different fights. I can be 10 different fighters, and this sport is about matchups. And so obviously I'm not going to fight the same fight that I fought against Fiziev, against Fed.
But in my opinion, he is the same fighter in every fight. Just a walk forward, bar fight, throwing bombs, no strategy to wrestle, no strategy to submit. I'm pretty sure Justin Gaethje is the same Justin Gaethje in every fight. So him saying that he can be and has been 10 different fighters in each fight, I think is a crazy statement, because I think in every single fight, he's been the exact same Justin Gaethje, just a bar fight, throwing caution to the wind and praying for the best. Kind of what I think, but,
But I do possess the skills to fight 10 different fights. And so this is a very specific, very particular fight. More boxing heavy, very different than my other 2 championship fights where I was fighting, grappler heavy fighters. Yeah. And my mistake in those fights was I made adjustments based off of the opponent I was fighting. I'm going to be my best and perfect self. And if he can beat me on that night, then props to him.
It's interesting to hear.
This is what I don't like coming from Justin Gaethje, because I just feel that he's saying, I'm going to come in there and give it my all, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I feel like that is just in the back of his mind. He knows that he doesn't have that fire like he used to, and Ilia does. And I don't think he has any strategy at all, and I think that's what makes him Justin Gaethje. I think he's just going to go out there, throw caution to the wind, and just throw haymakers, and he actually states that here in a minute in the video. But I don't think there's any strategy for Justin. I think he just goes out there and he does his thing, and he kind of hopes for the best.
Your contemporaries talk about Ilia Topuria. Some people think he's tracking to be the greatest mixed martial arts athlete of all time. When you watch the film, does he seem as special to you as he does to some other fighters?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you can't watch him put Volkanovski, Holloway, and Oliveira to sleep back to back to back and not think something special is happening.
I think it's something special because I know MMA math never adds up, but he put to sleep 2 guys that beat Justin Gaethje. And he made it look easy. So, I mean, the MMA math ain't looking too good for Justin Gaethje.
All those guys were compromised by position, and he is very good at putting you into bad positions. And so obviously that is what I am focused.
And in my opinion, Justin Gaethje is very good at putting himself in a bad position. So I don't think that Ilia is going to do it for him. Same thing with Charles. I think in that fight with Charles did not respect Ilia's power at all, and he just moved forward without a for sure game plan, and that's what happened. Ilia just, with his technique and his power, just pieced him right up and put him right out because there was no game plan. It was just chaos moving forward. And I don't think that's a good plan, and I don't think that's going to work versus Ilia.
focused on right now is staying in good position, being reactive, never retracting, but always reacting. And I'm going to fight a perfect fight, and I'm going to throw missiles.
You're one of the best pure athletes on.
I'm going to fight a perfect fight, and I'm going to fucking throw missiles. We all knew that. That is a perfect Justin Gaethje fight. Just get in there and throw fucking missiles. And I think in between those missiles, Ilia is going to crack him and put him straight to sleep, just like he did Charles Oliveira.
Very hard to score on, very, very stubborn, if you can't tell. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm stubborn with position.
Yeah.
And it's just exhausting.
Yeah.
But I promise you, since Oliveira is
Yeah, it is exhausting wrestling. That's why when you've went against people that were good at wrestling, you lost. Khabib, Oliveira, you lost. Now listen to the next statement, because this shit's really wild.
me, I have been working thoroughly. I could have subbed Patty. I just didn't.
I could have subbed Patty. I just didn't. What do you mean you just didn't? When you went into this fight with Patty, you knew it was a number one contenders fight. You knew if you beat Patty that you'd be going to the White House pretty much to fight Ilia.
Want to take any chances. But I could have subbed Patty, 100%.
He didn't want to take any chances, but he could have subbed Patty. Not subbing Patty when you say you could have easily, to me, is taking the chance. If you have a sub, if you can do a submission in that moment and end the fight, why would you not? Why would you choose to go back to striking and risk getting knocked out and lose that chance? This is the bullshit I hate hearing from Justin Gaethje. If you have the chance to sub and win a fight, you take it. You don't just pass it up so you can get back up and just bar brawl with someone and risk losing an opportunity like that. That is complete bullshit. I don't think his wrestling is that good, and I don't think he could have subbed Patty. I think that's absolute bullshit.
So instinctually, if there's an opportunity to wrestle offensively, you're more than willing to take that.
Well, I mean, so if you consider my Patty Pimblett fight offensive wrestling, then yes, I will be doing that.
Yeah.
I stopped him, got him to a front headlock position, and didn't let them get to guard, half guard, side control. I don't want half guard. I don't want side control. I don't want to take their back. I'm going to stay 50-50 positions, hanging on their head.
And get back up so he can throw haymakers and risk it all. That's what Justin Gaethje does, and that's what we know he's going to do. We know there's not going to be no takedown or nothing against Ilia. We know that. It's going to be stand-up.
Landing big shots, and they're going to wonder why I'm not moving to any other positions. That's how I fight. That's how I will fight. And hopefully I get him into that position.
So if George St. Pierre was still in the UFC and they told him he was going to defend his title at the White House, but the fight was outside, I'm not sure the competitor that resides within would have accepted the fight because he might have been worried intangibly or about a variable.
There's a lot of variables.
What's that?
I love the variables. The biggest factor, and the biggest fact is no matter what variable I face, he will face.
Yeah.
And so I hope there's all the variables. I hope there's lightning, thunder.
This is a very true statement. It is the first time they're ever going to be fighting outside, and it will be on a Sunday instead of a Saturday. But what he said is true. Fighting outdoors, fighting in the conditions, every challenge that it's gonna bring to Justin, it's also gonna bring to Ilia. So they're pretty even on that regard.
Right.
And bring it on. My first fight ever was outside. I'm from the country. I am a country boy. So if this was in the dirt, I started in the dirt.
Yeah.
So if we end in the dirt, I'm okay with it.
Mine.
And you might very well end up face down on the canvas in the dirt by Ilia Topuria if you don't stop fucking around and get a game plan going. Just saying.
Or by blood, right?
Yeah, all of that.
So you had a chance to go to the Oval Office and spend some time with President Trump. Were you feeling any added emotions or excitement as we counted down to June 14th?
Well, I have no emotions anymore in my life. So no, I felt nothing. I was sitting in.
All right, he kind of just goes on for a minute about how he feels no emotion, and he kind of only wants to make his family proud or whatnot because everyone in his family, blah 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 blah. Just goes on for a minute about that. That's not really much to hear about.
Voiding with this guy. You don't have to answer a game.
It's obviously
plan question,
position. It's position.
Yeah.
if they got, I said it earlier, they got compromised. They got put on their back foot. They got put on their heels on his second.
He asked him one thing to avoid with Ilia Topuria, and he's talking about bad positioning and getting on the back foot. Man, Justin gets in bad positioning, and he's on the back foot in every single fight he's in. That's just like something you kind of just can't avoid. I think it's better that he just train in that position, so when he does get in that position, he's not just going to get slap KO'd up against the fence by Ilia while he's backing up. So it's going to be kind of hard to avoid that position in a fight.
Shot when he was in the middle of a 5-punch combination. That's something that I cannot do.
Yeah.
I will move forward this fight. I've told you before. You said it during my last fight. I do believe that you have to move forward, and if that puts me into more dangerous positions, then I have to do that still. And
yeah, what happened to Charles Oliveira when he just aggressively started moving forward toward Ilia Topuria? He got KO'd out cold. That's what happened. So you might want to rethink the strategy of throwing caution to the wind and just going forward. You might go forward into a right hook that puts you out cold.
this is how I will fight this fight.
Some people say the most basic human need is to feel appreciated. I'm not sure any athlete gets as much.
All right. And he kind of just goes on for a minute about risk-taking and all that stuff, but I don't really like what I'm hearing from Justin Gaethje. I don't really like what I'm seeing, because what I'm seeing is a guy that knows this is his last fight. He's just going to go out there, he's going to throw missiles, and he's going to fight what in his mind is a perfect fight, which to all of us, we already know, is going to be the same Justin Gaethje that fights in every other fight. Now, you cannot write Justin Gaethje off completely, because he is a bar fighter, chaos, caution to the wind, haymakers, uppercuts, leg kicks. We cannot rule it out that like, I think Charles Oliveira offered a lot of chaos to Ilia Topuria. I think that was his goal, and I think that's what he did. So if you do the MMA math, Charles Oliveira beat Justin Gaethje. Different circumstances, of course. Every fight is different. But we seen Charles be reckless and rush in on Ilia, and it didn't end well for him. I just don't see it ending well for Gaethje. And I think he's just going to go in it being Gaethje, and I don't think that's going to end well. So I don't really like what I got from that interview with Justin. He doesn't seem too confident. He doesn't seem very happy, where you'll see in Ilia's interview, he's very confident. He is happy. He is smiling. And it's a better overall vibe from Ilia. I see this going Ilia's way. And that wraps up the Justin Gaethje interview. Good interview. Dropped today. Give it a listen. That's my reaction to it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.